Question 151. Which of the following should you not do if you experience a tire failure? Answers. A. Engage the brakes hard and immediately. B. You need to be aware that a tire has failed. C. Hold the steering wheel firmly. D. Stay off the brake pedal. The correct answer is A. Explanation. While it's natural to want to take control of the situation by braking, slamming on your brakes could actually put the vehicle out of control, so slowly brake once you are in control of the vehicle. Question 152. What is a common cause of tire fires? Answers. A. Overinflated tires. B. All of these. C. Underinflated tires. D. Cold tires. The correct answer is C. Explanation. Underinflated tires and dual tires that touch are the most common causes of tire fires. Question 153. Which of these is not part of the basic method for shifting up? Answers. A. Pushing in the clutch and shifting into higher gear at the same time. B. Releasing the clutch and pressing the accelerator at the same time. C. Accelerating while pressing the clutch and turning toward the driver's side. D. Releasing the clutch. The correct answer is C. Explanation. You must release the accelerator, push in the clutch, shift to neutral, release the clutch, let the engine and gears slow down for the next gear, then push in the clutch and shift into a higher gear at the same time, then release the clutch and press the accelerator. Acceleration is not involved until the very end, and definitely not while pressing the clutch. Question 154. Why should you cover cargo? Answers. A. All of these. B. Because many states require it. C. To protect your cargo from bad weather. D. To protect individuals from any spilled cargo. The correct answer is A. Explanation. There are quite a few reasons to cover your cargo, including protecting other people and the cargo itself. In addition, it will help you stay on the right side of the regulations in several states. Question 155. How long will you lose your CDL driving privileges if you are convicted of a second DUI offense in either a CMV or your private vehicle? Answers. A. 1 year minimum. B. Life. C. 5 years minimum. D. 10 years minimum. The correct answer is B. Explanation. Due to nationwide drunk driving laws, a second DUI offense, regardless of the vehicle being driven, will cause you to lose your CDL for life. Your first offense is a wake-up call and a chance to get help, but your second offense is going to mean unemployment. If you get a DUI, seek help before you lose your salary and your future. CDL test. Master your CDL exam in no time. Download now. Question 156. Which of the following is not true about an escape ramp? Answers. A. May be located a few miles from the top of a downgrade. B. May be made of soft gravel. C. may turn uphill. D. Is of no use if you are traveling too quickly. The correct answer is D. Explanation: escape ramps are designed of either soft gravel, turning uphill, or both, to slow down drivers who experience brake failure on a downgrade. Regardless of your speed, look for one of these escape ramps, which has usually been designed to help drivers in even the most desperate situations. Question 157. To prevent drowsiness before a trip, the driver should. Answers: A. Do all of the above. B. Get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. C. Avoid medications that cause drowsiness. D. Schedule trips during the daytime hours. The correct answer is A. Explanation: sleep debt is a dangerous condition in which missing sleep adds up, and you risk falling asleep at the wheel until you are fully rested. People are often surprised when they find out that getting less than 6 hours of sleep per night triples your risk of accident. To prevent drowsiness before a trip, the driver should get adequate sleep. Adults need 8 to 9 hours to maintain alertness. Prepare a route carefully to identify total distance, stopping points, and other logistic considerations. Schedule trips for the hours you are normally awake, not the middle of the night. Drive with a passenger. Avoid medications that cause drowsiness. Consult your physician if you suffer from daytime sleepiness, have difficulty sleeping at night, or take frequent naps. Incorporate exercise into your daily life to give you more energy. Question 158. Signs of distracted drivers include. Answers: A. Drivers having conversations with passengers. B. Individuals listening to music too loudly. C. Individuals driving at a consistent speed above the speed limit. D. Vehicles exiting the roadway. The correct answer is A. Explanation: whether the conversation occurs through a cell phone, text message, CB radio, or within a car, it still requires a driver's attention and may cause them to be distracted. Individuals playing their music loudly or driving too fast may be displaying mediocre judgment, but they do not display the regular signs of distracted drivers. Question 159. How many days do you have to change your CDL to Arizona after moving your permanent domicile to Arizona? Answers: A. 15 days. B. 60 days. C. 90 days. D. 30 days. The correct answer is D. Explanation: once you move permanently to the state of Arizona, you have 30 days to switch your CDL to Arizona as well and give up all other CDL licenses, or else face stiff fines and penalties. Question 160. A hazard is. Answers: A. Something you can safely ignore. B. Something you must stop for. C. Something you can easily avoid. D. A road user or road condition that could be a possible danger. The correct answer is D. Explanation: a hazard is something that could go wrong, but it won't if you've been vigilant. Question 161. What is the definition of a pull-up? Answers: A. Pulling your CMV forward when you are in the process of backing to reposition your trailer better. B. Pulling forward at a railroad crossing is needed so that you can see Whether a train is coming. C. Pulling up to a curb to pick up a load. D. Pulling up short before a necessary stop to leave more room for emergencies. The correct answer is A. Explanation. A pull-up is pulling forward to reposition yourself so that you can back your trailer at the best angle. You should do this as often as you need to back in a straight line if possible. You do not need to pull up short for any reason, nor should you ever pull forward at railroad crossings to get a better view if signals indicate a train is coming. Simply follow the signals to cross when safe, as you may not be able to see a train until it has almost arrived. Question 162. Which drivers might be exempt from needing a CDL to drive a CMV in the state of Arkansas? Answers. A. Recreational vehicles less than 26,000 pounds. B. Active duty military personnel driving military vehicles. C. Farm owners driving a farm vehicle. D. All of these. The correct answer is D. Explanation. Arkansas has exemptions for several groups of individuals, but you need to check to stay on the right side of the law. Farm owners and certain employees are exempt, as are active military personnel performing military driving duties. Question 163. How far ahead should drivers look while driving, according to the manual? Answers. A. 7 to 12 seconds. B. 5 to 10 seconds. C. 10 to 12 seconds. D. 12 to 15 seconds. The correct answer is D. Explanation. Good drivers look ahead for 12 to 15 seconds, i.e., the distance that your CMV will travel in 12 to 15 seconds. At highway speeds, this could mean roughly a quarter of 1 mile. Question 164. Which of these will cause you to lose your CDL for a minimum of 1 year for the first offense? Answers. A. Driving a commercial motor vehicle, CMV, when your blood alcohol content, BAC, is 0.04% or higher. B. Committing a felony that involves your use of a CMV. C. Refusing to undergo blood alcohol testing when asked to do so. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Explanation. There are many reasons why you might lose your CDL for a year in California, including alcohol, crimes, and serious traffic violations such as hit and run. Question 165. Which of these is not a possible penalty for having more than one license? Answers. A. Warning for a first offense. B. Being fined up to $5,000. C. Having your California CDL cancelled. D. Being put in jail. The correct answer is A. Explanation. Having more than one license is a very serious matter. The first time you are convicted, you will be fined, sent to jail, or have your CDL cancelled. Question 166. According to the state of California, you are considered involved in interstate commerce unless the cargo you are transporting. Answers. A. Is headed for a location out of state. B. Originates out of state. C. Consists of waste or other hazardous substances. D. Originates in the state and is headed for a location in the state. The correct answer is D. Explanation. The only situation that does not qualify as interstate commerce is cargo originating in California and staying in the state. Question 167. In a 7-day period, you are permitted to drive a maximum of hours. Answers: A. 65, B. 50, C. 70, D. 60. The correct answer is D. Explanation: in a 7-day period, you may only be on duty for 60 hours. If your employer operates 7 days a week, you are not eligible to be on duty after 70 hours in 8 days. You must then take 34 or more consecutive hours off duty. Question 168. What must you do if you are involved in a collision that involves death, injury, or property damage over $750? Answers: A. Stop driving your vehicle for 10 days. B. File an official report on Form SR-1 within 10 days. C. Report it to your employer. D. Do all of the above. The correct answer is B. Explanation: if any such incidents occur, you must file an official report using Form SR-1 within 10 days. Your employer will have its own rules about company reporting and driving its trucks. Question 169. Within how many days must you notify your employer of any traffic violations, except parking? Answers: A. 10, B. 14, C. 60, D. 30. The correct answer is D. Explanation: if you have a traffic violation in any vehicle you are driving, including your personal vehicle, you must notify your employer within 30 days. Question 170. According to the state of California, what is the most important and obvious reason to check your vehicle? Answers: A. Employer liability. B. To see if your vehicle needs a wash. C. To make sure your paint is not chipped. D. Safety. The correct answer is D. Explanation: safety is the most important thing. Inspections can help you avoid costly and dangerous breakdowns and collisions. Federal and state inspectors will check your vehicle, so you must make sure it's safe, otherwise, they may put it out of service for violations. CDL test. Master your CDL exam in no time. Download now. Question 171. Which of these is not part of the 7-step inspection method? Answers: A. Step 1, Vehicle Overview. B. Step 7, Start the engine and check. C. Step 6, Check the signal lights. D. Step 3, Do a walk-around inspection. The correct answer is D. Explanation: the walk-around inspection is step 5, which you do after you start the engine, inspect the cab, turn off the engine, and check the lights. Question 172. Which of these should you do during a trip as part of your en route inspection? Answers: A. Do all of the above. B. Pay attention with your senses to possible problems. C. Watch your gauges to check for trouble. D. Check critical items when you stop, such as brakes, tires, and lights. The correct answer is A. Explanation. During a trip, you should be staying very alert to the situation, using your senses and gauges to stay aware, and checking critical items at stops. Question 173. During a 7-step inspection, checking the engine compartment does not include checking. Answers. A. The battery fluid level. B. The oil pressure gauge. C. The coolant level in the radiator. D. The engine oil level. The correct answer is B. Explanation. Checking your engine compartment consists of checking several fluid levels contained within. The oil pressure gauge is checked in a different step. Question 174. You check your safety belt to ensure that. Answers. A. It matches the color of the rest of your cab. B. It has 6 yards of slack. C. It is securely mounted. D. It is original equipment. The correct answer is C. Explanation. You should inspect your seat belt to be sure that it is securely mounted, not ripped or frayed, and latches properly. Color and other aesthetics are not important, and 6 yards is way too much slack. Question 175. The steps for checking your signal lights include the following. Answers. A. Turn on all lights, turn on the stop lights, and turn on the left turn signal lights. B. Turn on the stop lights, turn off all lights, and turn on the left turn signal lights. C. Turn off all lights, turn on the left turn signal lights, and turn on the stop lights. D. Turn off all lights, turn on the stop lights, and turn on the left turn signal lights. The correct answer is D. Explanation. When inspecting your signal lights, the first step is to turn off all lights. Next, turn on your stop lights by applying the hand brake or having your partner apply the brake pedal. Then turn on the left turn signal lights. Question 176. Which of these is not a rule to follow for backing safely? Answers. A. Combine backing and turning toward the driver's side whenever you can. B. Make use of a helper as often as possible. C. Back slowly while using your mirrors. D. Accelerate slightly to complete the backing process quickly. The correct answer is D. Explanation. Backing safely involves taking it slowly, look around, watch your path as well as your mirrors, and pay attention to your helper's signals. You should never have to accelerate while backing. Question 177. How far ahead do most good drivers look according to the handbook? Answers. A. 10 to 12 seconds. B. 7 to 12 seconds. C. 5 to 10 seconds. D. 12 to 15 seconds. The correct answer is D. Explanation. Good drivers look ahead for 12 to 15 seconds, that is, the distance that the vehicle will travel in 12 to 15 seconds. At highway speeds, that could be about a quarter of a mile. Question 178. Retarders. Answers. A. Do all of the above. B. Reduce the need to apply the brakes to slow the vehicle. C. Reduce wear and tear on the brakes. D. Apply braking power to the drive wheels. The correct answer is A. Explanation. Retarders, of which there are many types, apply braking power directly to the drive wheels so that you will not need to use your brakes as often. Question 179. Which of the following is not a proper way to signal? Answers. A. Flash your signals to draw more attention. B. Signal early. C. Turn your signal off after completing the maneuver. D. Signal continuously until you have completed your turn. The correct answer is A. Explanation. Flashing your turn signals is unnecessary. Simply follow the rules, signal early and continuously, and then cancel the signal after completing the maneuver. Flashing lights unnecessarily is especially dangerous at night. Question 180. Which of these equals the total stopping distance? Answers. A. Perception distance plus reaction distance. B. Perception distance plus reaction distance plus braking distance. C. Reaction distance plus braking distance. D. Reaction distance plus braking distance plus signal distance. The correct answer is B. Explanation. Total stopping distance is the sum of your perception distance, how far the vehicle goes from when you see the hazard until your brain processes it. Reaction distance, how far the vehicle goes from when your brain orders your foot to take action until your foot actually starts to brake. And braking distance, how far the vehicle continues to travel once you apply the brake. Question 181. What is the safest speed when you are driving in heavy traffic? Answers. A. 15 miles per hour below the speed of other traffic. B. The posted speed limit. C. The speed of other traffic, if not illegal or unsafe. D. As fast as possible to get out of the way. The correct answer is C. Explanation. When you drive at the speed of other traffic, you do not have to constantly pass others or be passed by them, making collisions less likely. However, you should not attempt to keep up with drivers who drive faster than the speed limit for commercial motor vehicles, CMVs. Question 182. Which of these statements is true about the relationship between cargo and height? Answers. A. The height of an empty van is the same as that of a loaded one. B. An empty van is lower than a loaded one. C. The weight of the cargo does not change a vehicle's height. D. The weight of the cargo changes a vehicle's height. The correct answer is D. Explanation. Cargo changes the height of a vehicle and thus can affect your overhead clearance. If you previously had cargo and now your vehicle is empty, it will ride higher, not lower, so you may not clear underpasses you previously did. Question 183. Which of these is not a problem associated with other drivers during night driving? Answers. A. Loss of concentration from hunger. B. Lack of alertness from fatigue. C. Temporary blindness from glare. D. Impaired vision. The correct answer is A. Explanation. Other drivers may experience problems with their vision, glare, and fatigue that will make them hazards on the road, but hunger is not considered a problem for American drivers. Question 184. Which of these are signs of a driver under the influence? Answers. A. Stopping suddenly for no apparent reason. B. Difficulty maintaining his or her speed. C. All of the above. D. Trouble staying in his or her own lane. The correct answer is C. Explanation. Drivers under the influence tend to drive like a drunk friend at a party walks. They can't stay in their lane, they suddenly stop, and they slow down or speed up for no reason. Question 185. Which of the following should you not do while driving at night? Answers. A. All of the above. B. Avoid using your high beams just in case. C. Avoid glare from the headlights of oncoming vehicles. D. Avoid blinding other drivers. The correct answer is B. Explanation. Use your high beams to see farther, as long as you are not within 500 feet of an approaching vehicle. Question 186. Which of these should you not do during a drive wheel skid? Answers. A. Counter steer. B. Steer into the skid. C. Turn quickly. D. Stop braking. The correct answer is B. Explanation. Large vehicles have a tendency to keep right on turning, which means you could find yourself skidding the opposite way unless you countersteer. Question 187. If you are involved in a collision, you should. Answers. A. Notify the proper authorities. B. Do the best you can to care for injured persons. C. Do all of the above. D. Gather appropriate information for a collision report. The correct answer is C. Explanation. When involved in a collision, there are several steps that you should take, including gathering the information needed for the report you must file, helping the injured, and notifying the authorities. Question 188. Which of these is not a common cause of vehicle fires? Answers. A. Problems in the electrical system. B. Flammable cargo. C. Underinflated tires. D. Halogen headlights. The correct answer is D. Explanation. Halogen bulbs, when installed properly, are not dangerous. However, flammable cargo, underinflated tires, and problems in the electrical system can all cause fires. Question 189. An A, B, C-type fire extinguisher is designed to work on which types of fires? Answers. A. Electrical. B. All of the above. C. Wood, paper, and cloth. D. Gasoline. The correct answer is B. Explanation. The B, C-type fire extinguisher is designed to work on electrical fires and burning liquids. The A, B, C-type is designed to work on burning wood, paper, and cloth as well. To fight a fire in combustible metals, you need a specialized D-type fire extinguisher. Question 190. Which of the following is not a main concern when you are driving in very hot weather? Answers: A. Tar bubbling up and causing slippery roadways. B. Your seat belt causing you to sweat. C. Loose belts possibly causing overheating. D. Driving slowly enough to prevent overheating. The correct answer is B. Explanation: when it is extremely hot, you should be keeping an eye on going slowly, checking your vehicle's belts for the water pump and fan, and tar bleeding. Discomfort from the seat belt is of lesser concern. CDL test. Master your CDL exam in no time. Download now. Question 191. Your vehicle is stuck on railroad tracks. You should. Answers: A. Immediately get out of the cab and move away from the tracks. B. Keep trying to move your vehicle until you see the train. C. Try to save some of the cargo if you don't see a train yet. D. Gather up your belongings and paperwork and then leave the cab. The correct answer is A. Explanation: if your vehicle gets stuck on railroad tracks, your safety comes first. Immediately leave the vehicle and get away. Do not risk your life to save belongings, paperwork, cargo, or even the vehicle. Question 192. According to the handbook, children present a hazard because. Answers: A. They don't know how to drive. B. They move quickly without checking traffic. C. They don't know that trucks are dangerous. D. They often have grudges against truck drivers. The correct answer is B. Explanation: most children allowed to play outside are old enough to understand the danger of large vehicles. Often, however, they do not check for traffic before running into the street. Question 193. Step 3 of the 7-step inspection method is start engine and inspect inside the cab. This step involves each of the following tasks, except. Answers: A. Starting the engine, then listening for unusual noises. B. Checking the transmission controls. C. Checking the air pressure gauge. D. Starting the engine, then putting the gear shift in neutral. The correct answer is D. Explanation: when performing this part of the inspection, you must put the gear shift in neutral, then start the engine and listen for any unusual noises. Once you perform the engine check, check all your gauges and controls, such as the air pressure gauge and transmission controls. Question 194. Your safety equipment must include. Answers: A. 3 red reflective triangles to be used as warning devices. B. Spare brake drums. C. A spare front axle. D. Spare electrical fuses, but only if your vehicle has circuit breakers. The correct answer is A. Explanation: Spare electrical fuses are required only if your vehicle does not have circuit breakers. Brake drums and axles may need to be replaced at times, but they are not a normal part of your safety equipment. Question 195. Checking your vehicle's suspension does not include checking. Answers: A. The air suspension components. B. The tires. C. The axle positioning parts. D. The shock absorbers. The correct answer is B. Explanation: checking the suspension includes checking the springs, axles, shock absorbers, torque rods or arms, etc. The tires are on a different checklist. Question 196. At what speed should you test a stopping action of the service brakes? Answers: A. 5 miles per hour. B. 15 miles per hour. C. 2 miles per hour. D. 10 miles per hour. The correct answer is A. Explanation: to test the stopping action of your service brakes, you should go at about 5 miles per hour and press the brake pedal firmly. If the vehicle pulls to one side or stopping takes longer than normal, it could mean trouble. Question 197. Which of the following is not a basic skill needed to operate a commercial vehicle? Answers: A. Ability to back the vehicle safely. B. Ability to multitask while driving. C. Ability to steer. D. Ability to accelerate. The correct answer is B. Explanation: you must be proficient in several driving skills such as steering and backing, but no one can multitask and drive well. Unfortunately, many people have mistakenly thought they could, which is why there have been so many accidents caused by texting while driving. Question 198. When you back with a trailer, you should. Answers: A. Not pull forward once you have started backing. B. Turn the steering wheel in the same direction in which you want to go. C. Not bother to correct drift. D. Back in as straight a line as possible. The correct answer is D. Explanation: try to keep everything straight while backing. This involves correcting drift as soon as it occurs and backing as straight as you can. You must also turn the wheel opposite to the direction in which you want to go. Then turn the wheel the other way once the trailer starts to turn. Pull forward as often as needed to make corrections and reposition. Question 199. After your pre-trip inspection, you should inspect your cargo. Answers: A. Within 25 miles of the start of the trip. B. Within 10 miles of the start of the trip. C. Within 50 miles of the start of the trip. D. Within an hour after starting the trip. The correct answer is C. Explanation: inspect the cargo and its securing devices again within the first 50 miles of the start of the trip. Make any adjustments needed. Question 200. A top-heavy load is dangerous because it can cause. Answers: A. A rollover if you swerve around a hazard. B. A rollover on a curve. C. All of the above. D. Damage to the axles or steering. The correct answer is C. Explanation: a top-heavy load raises your vehicle's center of gravity so that you're much more likely to roll over on a curve or if you swerve to avoid a hazard. A top-heavy load is also an unbalanced load, which can damage certain parts of your vehicle, such as the axles.